Good morning to you. It's day 28 of the Best Start Guide. We're getting, what is this, Relentless? I think this is Relentless gear. I hope this is good Relentless gear and not crappy Relentless gear. I guess we're about to find out. I have a nice list of things to do. We got a champion training tournament started that we are going to completely ignore because we do not have Harima. It's an interesting choice, Plarium. And so what do we got on the docket today? So today I left myself some reminders. I wanted to go to the clan shop. Ah, yes, because I completed the quests. So we can come back to here. We can sign in as well. That's always a good idea. That's always a good first move. We check in. No free chest today. That's okay. How are we doing on energy? Energy's full. Energy was full while I slept. So we've got clan shop. That's what I said. Clan shop. Still waking up. Still having my tea. It's still piping hot. Girlfriend came home from her vacation. She said she contracted a little something. I'm a little congested this morning. Probably just a coincidence. Probably has nothing to do with her being sick. So I wanted to wait until I was recording before pulling this stuff so that we can see what I got together. It's always kind of exciting. We're not going to get too many of these in the early game. It's hard to get coins. Um, clan versus clan is what it is. So let's see, we're getting an orc ring. We're getting a Bannerlord amulet. We're getting a dwarf amulet. And we're getting a dwarf amulet. And Shadowkin amulet. Cool. Shadowkin amulet will probably be for Zenobia. I'm going to start calling her Zenobia because I called her that by accident and I decided I like it better than Zenogre Blade Master. We haven't actually pulled her yet. We're going to wait for CVC, which is, I guess, going to be day 30. So that's going to be our status report day. Um, I wanted to do, I wanted to do some, here. I don't like sitting at full energy, so I'm going to start with the Minotaur. We'll just do one Minotaur run and see if we succeed or fail. We've succeeded before, but this isn't 100% consistent. So the goal is to get this to be 100% consistent. I think maybe getting Tagore to 5 will do it. Maybe just tweaking Tagore's gear will do it. Maybe leveling up Sun Wukong will do it. Maybe tweaking Sun Wukong's gear will do it. But something's got to give somewhere. Because I don't have the gems to purchase any more masteries. And I don't want to spend gems on that anymore. I want to start stockpiling them for better things that can be acquired. Probably my favorite thing to do with gems is to purchase shard packs with them. Because you can get 11 ancients for 900 gems. And I'd prefer to only do that when we have an extra cache of gems, just in case we need an extra cache of energy to do something. Or in case we need to pull a few extra sets of tokens to do the arena. But honestly, the only reason that you're ever going to want to go into overtime like that, the only reason I'm going to want to go into overtime like that, is if I'm doing an event. And I really don't want to do any more events. And I've said this a number of times before, almost as if I'm trying to convince myself that this is true. But it is the plan not to do any more events. I also have this tentative idea that next year, and I even want to see if I can get some of the other content creators that are in my social sphere to collaborate on this. I want to do an eventless and shardless run. I at least want to do a shardless run. I think it's a hilarious idea. I want to look ahead of the missions and see if it's possible because, of course, uh, some of the daily and weekly quests and stuff like that involve pulling shards. So the game trains you to pull shards. It'll be interesting to see what the walls are. Like, I don't know offhand, and anybody feel free to comment if you know. Um, is there a mission on the main mission track that requires some sort of shard pull? Because basically, I think on the main mission track, you do have to have a 6-star of one of each of the affinities, and that means you have to find a way to get a void all the way up. The game can give you voids from various fragments that can be acquired over time. Like, you can get Mithrala from Hydra, for example, and when you complete her, you could go and summon her. And the question would be, is this a shardless, or would this challenge be like completely you cannot summon anything? You can only have the free login champions and anything that you get while playing the game. Anyway, this is just a seed of an idea. I'm going to draft out a proper plan. And I'm not going to be doing this until next year. So this is next year's idea. I am quite invested in this. So this was a successful run. I kind of distracted myself by blabbing a little too much. But I don't think it's 100% yet. But the goal, a very worthy goal, is to manage to get this 100%. Not this one. Minotaur to 100%. Minotaur to 100%, definitely more efficient than purchasing the stuff for gems. I don't know at what point you break even. It might be something like stage 13. So basically, if you are having too much trouble advancing through Minotaur and you need those masteries and you know the masteries will help you, that's why you just want to save up and just give them to your absolute best champion and see if that makes a difference. So I went to the clan shop. Check. We did it. I want to go finish VK mission before CP Void Keep. I it's funny how I can write something in shorthand thinking I will know what that means when I wake up, and for a split second I'm like, what? VK Void Keep. So we are finally able to get back to the missions. And in fact, this is probably what I should have spent my energy on, but we still got lots left. We got to win 25 void potions from stage 5. I've just been pushing the keep so far to try to see how far I can get. And there is a mission. I wanted to boost Tagor's boots, but I wanted to wait until we got to that mission. So just looking ahead, that's complete. This will be easy. Complete. And yeah, I wanted to do, I mean, 1,000,000 damage to the Demon Lord is actually just super easy, barely an inconvenience at this point for this account. But still, like, I kind of want to do stuff in order. So if we could hammer through this right now, we need 15 more. So let's just go ahead and do that. And we can look on ahead too. This is a really good day for Iron Twins as well. I have not attempted the Iron Twins yet on Void, but I did attempt it on one of the other affinities, and I think it was Spirit, which, having a 6-star Kale, would make this account very good at that. Come to think of it, now I'm already wondering if I failed this one. I don't think that I did. These guys are nasty. The Faceless, this guy. First time he gets a shot, he's almost certainly just going to one-shot somebody. They just have this really powerful ignore all defense attack. And he just about always gets a shot off. Nope, not today, Faceless. Not today. So I've got Sun Wukong to 6 stars. Very low level. I have so little in the way of bruise getting him here. And it's going to take a while before we have our next 6-star, which will probably be, I want to say Zenobia, but it might be one of the 2 revivers. We need both, honestly. Yesterday I mentioned maybe. No, this is not a good sign. I think we'll make it. Yeah, it's a race of poisons. So we got five more. That's pretty good progress. I mean that's probably the limit, stage 13. But I'm gonna go ahead and run stage 14 anyway. So I would like to make a stated, maybe a stated six. That could actually be like next, right? We have who to six star next as here, but this is just kind of my list of priorities. I listed this in another video. This was episode, what episode was it? Was it 24? Crap, I can't remember. Anyway, I can link it in the description. This was an important episode. I think it's one of the most important episodes that I posted, which is just how to go about deciding who to six star next. And I apologize for interrupting myself with this. This is, in fact, the other game. I'm double fisting. You know how it is. And I Mr. Burrito Slayer actually introduced me to a trick that allowed me to run Plarium Play in multiple instances on the PC, but I find it does slow my poor Lappy down. So I keep talking about transferring to the tower PC that I got, and things get in the way. I have trouble getting to things. It's just there's a procrastination thing, and no, that's not good. We are dead. So stage 13 is obviously the limit for this account at this point. That's okay. It seems like a good stage. Let's try that again. I want just to make the list of six stars. So I have this here. Six star Sunwoo. We got that. So I'm thinking next keep calling her Zenobia. Zenobia. Next we'll do Zenobia because she's gonna help with clan boss. And I would like to get to the point where we can one key hard so we can finally move up to the next stage of clan boss. We have the other Blade Master. We got Shield Guard. I am not sure if we're gonna six star Shield Guard at this point. Because he keeps getting squeezed off the teams. He's been squeezed out of this team because I wanted champions that were gonna level passively. If I really really wanted to push, say stage 14 and beyond for the Void Keep, I'd probably put in Shield Guard. He might even help get us through it. But maybe not. Because honestly, if Kale can't make it, a 5-star Shield Guard probably can't help push it. 7 is a pretty good number. So where are we at? This should not take too long. Yeah, we can probably do this in one more run. So let's hit it now, and that is the wrong void. This is how we're going to do it. So hopefully the game's not going to be difficult and give us a bunch of higher level potions when all we want is the lower level ones. That's kind of strange to hope for low level ones. This is what the missions does to us. The missions do to us. Conjugate your verbs, Gavin. This is what the mission structure does to us. I mean, yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was running campaign just to find like a bunch of HP HP pieces on gear, but life gear, it's just you get a little 15% bonus. That's just not very good, even by this stage in the game, because if you have a 4-star piece of life gear, like I have a bunch of 4-star pieces, but if you got a 6-star piece, that gets you up to 60% hit points bonus, whereas the 40% that I have are only a 40% bonus when fully maxed out, and it's just a 15% between the two of them, which if you average it out is like 7.5%. So it's like a 47.5% HP gauntlet and a 47.5% HP chest, compared to if you just found some 6 stars of some offset, and that they might have a bonus of having another thing, and that is not the potion we were looking for. So we got to run again, or the game's not going to let us progress. This is the nature of the game. Hey, you know what we could do? This is something that I see. This is something that I see Beanie do, and I think this is a lot of fun. Uh, he doesn't ask for subscribers. He plays rock paper scissors. So we'll play rock paper scissors, and if I win, you have to subscribe. If you win, you you get to choose to subscribe. That's the way we'll do it. And if it's a tie, you have to leave a comment. That's the deal. And it's funny because every single time, Beanie, I don't know if you're watching this episode, but every single time I play you, when I'm watching your videos, it's always a tie. It's the hilarious thing. We always choose the same thing. So if you're watching, you got to play me and see if it's still a tie. So ready? I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then it'll be the thing. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, paper. There you go. So did you choose scissors? Did you choose rock? Did you choose paper? Let me know in the comments. And we got a brew. Lame. I mean, we do need brews, but of all the affinities to get brews for, void is kind of... We don't need voids right now. We have 2 voids on the whole account. I have 1 void in one of the teams that I built. I can go over those teams too. I made some different teams in the for Tag Team Arena. It's one of those things in the early game. Tag Team Arena is very difficult because you have maybe 1 or 2 6 stars. I'm going to get them as quickly as I can, but uh, you know, you have to get creative. So I made a defense-based team. I want to do a freeze team. I've even got this listed here because I have kind of the right champions to do that. We got Neldor Rhineblade in the team over here. He really is a decent freeze champion. He's got a cool synergy with I'm just gonna close this off. I don't need to keep being distracted by this game. Close everything out. There you go. Undivided attention. Did I get the potion? No, I didn't. Oh my gosh. All right, so we'll run again. Yeah, I want to get into that. Just feel free to skip ahead of this part. This is something that I'm going to keep running this until I get the potion. It is the mission that's holding us back, and I want to get back on the mission tracks. And it's Void Day. You only get 1 Void Day a week. Every other keep, you get 2 chances on 2 different days each week. Void, 1 day a week, which is fine because it is the affinity you're least likely to need in the early game. Even in the late game, I mean, how often are you building a Void champion? By the late game with brews, I often in the late game, what I do is I try to keep as many Void units around as possible and use those as the food that eats the other food. So if I need a 3-star that's going to eat a bunch of other 3-stars, I try to make that Void champions so that I can keep using the Void brews, because I just run out of uses for Void brews. I run too low on the others. Although on my main account I have like 3,000 of every kind of brew, so that's something else. And we got it. We got 5 of them. So we can progress through the dungeon. We got that. Now we've got Spider's Den 5 times on auto, on normal, or hard. And it's just stage 3 or higher, eh? So we can do that pretty quickly. I'm even tempted to do that on a lower stage just so we can get through it quickly. Because on higher stages, I mean, last time I did this, it was like 2 minutes. And I think this was a 5-star Kale. No, this probably was a 6-star Kale. And we could go ahead with this food. It's not bad, really. But it said 3 or higher. Let's see how quickly we can clear stage 3 now. It's 5 times on auto, eh? So let's try 1. And this way we can move on to the clan boss. We can get through the clan boss one. Could also go for the dungeon team rather than doing a farm team. I like the fact that Kale can do this. It's easy enough for him to achieve. Particularly, this is actually the wrong affinity for Kale too. I should have been paying attention to that. Uh, but it's easy enough for him to achieve, particularly on Spirit, because they're going to target Sun Wukong. They'll take out Sun Wukong first, and they'll only have a couple of chances to hit Kale before Sun Wukong's there again. Wow, this ring really sucks. Um, so I'm going to switch to my dungeons team because all these guys need to level anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a good way to farm XP because I'm just sort of building them all. And this is why the revivers aren't in the team. I want to get one of them back in. And by one of them I mean Tagore, because I ate Shaman. I used her to make my 6-star Kale. I do not regret that. Shaman is not a good unit. I wish she were a good unit. She's got a cool look. You know, I love the outfit. She's got the discount seer thing going, but she just doesn't have a good kit. And when you have Tagore, you realize you do not need her at all. And look, another Void Brew. Are we getting Void Brews because it's a Void Day? Does the day determine what kind of brew drops? Does anyone know? Um, because I've never thought to check that before. I thought it was random, and it might be random. We got to beat 3 campaign bosses today too, so we got to pay attention to that. But we'll just take a brew. We'll go back to the dungeons, and we're just gonna keep hitting Spider. We'll hit Spider 3 more times, if I haven't miscounted. I think it's 3 more times. Yeah, continue, continue. Good, do it. So we want to do clan boss after this. Then I want to level Tagore's boots, and there's a reason I choose Tagore's boots. There's a mission going on. I showed you guys this yesterday, although it was very quickly and a lot of stuff happened. Uh, we need to get a champion to 30,000 HP. You can even put that here, 30k HP. That's where we're trying to go. I want to make sure that's not getting cut off in my notes. No, good. Uh, oh, and you know, yesterday I ran Fire Knight and I was confident, and then the team just failed. Well, um, Armiger doesn't have his boots. I took them from Armiger. That's why Armiger's speed was so low. I think his speed was 106. I kept seeing that as a glaring error when I was reviewing the video before posting it, and I was like, Gavin, why are you not paying attention to that? His speed is 106. Why is it so low? His speed was 106 because I took off his boots. I think I gave them to War Maiden. I gave them to somebody, and I had a good reason for doing it. I think it's because I was trying to speed tune my team so that War Maiden would go ahead of Kale, and I did it. It was worth it. But now we have a very slow Armiger, and he's kind of useless. So I want to fix Armiger and see if we get our Fire Knight redemption. I might even do some different stuff with Armiger's gear. I'd like to get his damage up if possible, because I might actually use him on my defense-based arena team. Not that it's going to be a particularly endgamey team, but uh, you got to work with what you've got. So here is the dungeon mission complete. That's complete. That's complete. Let's get into the clan boss. So I'm just going to do the instant one because I have like no patience today. Although, you know what? I want to check. We got an epic book. I think it's the first time we got an epic book from Clan Boss. Um, what else are we getting? So we're getting a 5-star gauntlets that are HP percent from Cruel. I mean, we don't really have any HP based nukers. Not really. Although we could put them on a tour because we are trying to get a tour's HP up as well because he's our shield champ. But let's go to normal. Got an hour 20 to use this key. We're going to use it right now and do an instantaneous one. And it's already complete. We'll wait around to see how much we did. 4.5 million. Not bad. We're going up in the world. So we got to ascend a champion to level 5 as well. Then we got to defeat champions in the arena. Then we could do the boots. I don't even know if we'll get to all of that today. But I got 2.2 million silver right now. Is this the highest my silver has been since I started the game? It is so challenging to get and keep silver in this game. It vanishes so quickly. But let's see. Ascend a champion to level 5. Okay. Uh that means we have to have a 5. We don't even have a 5 yet. So I'm going to have to upgrade a champion to level 5. It's really too bad I didn't keep more of them around. And I wanted it to be Tagore, right? Where is Tagore? He's not still leveling. All right, so here he is. Ascending a champion to level 5. I mean, this guy's not ascended at all. So we could definitely do him. Say definitely. Do we have the bruise for that, come to think of it? This is potentially going to be a problem. We have probably enough bruise to do it. Probably. To get all the way to level 5? I want to say probably. I guess there's only one way to find out. So Tagore needs some 4-star food. We currently have none, but we do have them like this. So yikes. This is looking like something we might only get to tomorrow, honestly. It had taken off a long time, and what are we at right now? 26 minutes? So I may have to hold off on all that. I mean, I will get to it, but I think for now we can kind of skip over this. I can fix. Um, I'll just leave like a little asterisk. We'll get to it tomorrow. We did this, so I want to get my Fire Knight Redemption. Maybe I'll just run Minotaur another couple of times. There's always the ongoing stuff as well. There's not really a lot of surprises here, but working towards we need more 3s, right? So we can upgrade the 1s. You know what we need? We need food. We need a whole bunch of food. Because right now we got that one mage killer. We got her. Fireblade. So we might actually have enough 3s to do this in a fairly timely manner. We still need more food. So I'm going to pull some shards. I think that's what I'm going to do. And you know what? Wow, we're down to 39 out of 100. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on my lucky hat. I'm going to put on my lucky hat because I want to get, maybe a decent rare or two. Every now and again, it's always exciting. We got room for 6 sheets of 10. I'm not going to pull any of these. These guys are going to wait until the next 2x, but basically on the very first 2x for either Ancient or Void, I'm just going to pull whatever we've got. It's really a shame that we don't have a primal, but there's nothing on the track for primals. They have not updated the tracks to have any primals other than the forever dailies. But the forever dailies, I mean, unless they show up somewhere here, and unless they updated it, but my suspicion is they have just not updated any of these. That this is just the typical track. 6 months, Show the Drakes. Looking forward to that. And then you go through here, through here, through here, and here it is. It's just the forever dailies. So basically, sometime during our 10th month, we'll get our first primal shard, unless we get one from Hydra. Don't know how Hydra's gonna look. Hydra is not an option yet. It's gonna come at level 45, which is soon enough. We are seriously 1% away from 44. But let's pull some shards. So, RNGesus, please give us a decent rare. I'm not even sure what rare I would ask for. It'd be nice to get a new one, but honestly, it'd be nice to get rares that help us fill the Dark Elf faction. I don't know what duplicates we even have. I've got 2 Steel Boyers. I've got 4 Spirit Hosts. So an extra Kale. Ordinator is kind of a fun unit. Judge would be great, but it's not like I can prioritize building another magic nuker right now. We already have Kale, so Judge is a little redundant. I have said this in other videos. I think Judge is actually a little bit better than Kale. But we've already built Kale, so at this point, there's really not a lot of urgency to doing that. What other factions do we really want? I kind of want more Skinwalkers as well, because we've got Graybeard, and I wouldn't mind getting a Gnarlhorn or a Tolog for that matter, because Tolog is a really interesting one. He's a reviver, and he's got some nice passive ways to help out against, not against, but for Skinwalkers specifically. So he's a decent one. Fleshmonger, I think we ate the Fleshmonger. Would have been nice to keep him for the faction, but you know. So RNGesus, I'm not going to be picky today. Please give us a decent rare or 2 or 3. Give us 3. Statistically, we're going to get 0, but I want 3. So let's go! So I'm gonna pull these fast. I'm not gonna do that grueling thing where we just wait one at a time. Like now, pop them off now. Let's just see what we get. Let's face it, this is just food. No rares yet. Lots of shield guards. We love to see that shield guard. But we do have them. Oh, here we go. Here's our rare. So we got Bombardier. Who? So let's see. What's he got? Chance of increasing duration of all debuffs by 1 turn. 5%. Books up to 15. That sucks. Places increased speed on this champion if it's critical. And it's on a 4-turn cooldown. Septic Shock. Attacks 3 times. Maybe that could be useful for Fire Knight, but at this point, honestly, we don't need that. Each hit has 50% chance of placing a poison. All right, so his A3 is kind of good, and the rest of his stuff is just absolute garbage. Wow. Did we just pull the worst rare in the game? Let me know in the comments. There's some really bad rares. Here's a fun open question. Maybe I'll even make this the one at the end of the video. Just who is the most garbage rare that there is? I mean, you're starting a new game, you pull a rare, you're excited, and then you look at that rare, you're like, wow, this guy's worse than common units. Never mind uncommon units. Like you got Shield Guard, he's better than most rares. You got Armiger, he's better than most rares. You could even make a case for he's in the Sacred Order. There's a lot of decent champs in the Sacred Order, right? Like the Sacred Order has some of my favorite epics. Like Phenax, Mordecai, Cardinal, even Lightsworn. Lightsworn's like the worst Void epic of the 4, and by worst of the 4, I mean he's still really good. But the question would be like who yeah, Outlaw Monk. This is another decent uncommon. Like he's not better than Frozen Banshee. He's not better than Kale at poisoning, but he's better than nothing. You can get a bunch more, but who's just the most garbage of the rares? The foodiest of the rares. That's the question. Anyway, we got loads of food now, so we should have no problem hammering through this. I don't need my hat anymore. Fun as it is to wear that hat. I like to wear it for luck. I believe in the power of friendship and the luck of the cards. So once we've eaten all this food, and I should be vigilant of what we have brews for as well. So blues are the best one to be keeping. Wow, that one really snuck up on me. Pardon me, folks. Um, so we'll wow, I'm feeling aftershock from that. Let's see where we're at with food. So the 3 stars can finally level. We'll we'll eat these three. So we got lurker up to 4. We got another lurker. I don't know why I was going around the chicken. Um, so we have 2 4 stars of 4. I'm always a little squeamish about eating the 3s, but you know what? We probably don't need 2 of her. I'm gonna go ahead and eat these 2 as well, because this guy is just, I mean, if he helped fill out the faction, that'd be something. But I hate him. I'm going to turn him into a chicken. So we got 3 of these. That actually gets us very close to leveling up Tagore. We really just need another bunch of 3s. Um, and we got room for one more 10 pole. I got the hat. RNGesus, I'm holding the hat. Is that enough? You gonna give us another rare? Nope. But we do have more food to work with. So let's get another. I mean, we could even pump up the uh there we go to the upgrade rank. So we have War Maiden. I'm gonna keep her at 3 for a while, but it's nice to just have a maxed out 3 star to click on so that I can just quickly at a glance look in the tavern at what can be leveled. So I think the plan was to make these guys food. So maybe I only need 2 more 3 stars. And then we could just level the red guy at the tavern, or we could use blue brews, but honestly, we're so low on them that it doesn't even matter. But we're gonna do campaign. And I've been doing Durham Forest, but you know what? I'm gonna do the better XP one because I'm actually also looking for duplicates of Diabolist, and that's it's actually good. We'll use the preset as well. Team setup. I want to use the preset. So we're gonna put some food in here. We'll just bring some 2 stars. Let's bring in Shield Guard and her and her. Why not? In fact, I want to be a little more eclectic. Let's bring a blue. There we go. We got one of every affinity, so that nobody can call me racist. Um, and I'm gonna run it with the. I could probably just auto these. But anyway, what I did with the presets is I turned off Kale's AoE on wave 2 because I find it's just a little faster. On at least when running Area 4. Area 12 looks like it's a bit different. He's kind of struggling to hammer through these guys, but then if he has his AoE on wave 3, it ends here. And that's important. So bam, wave is cleared. If I tweak his damage just a little bit more, it would be nice to get to the point where his quadruple shot just 1 2 3 4. It'd speed up the runs. Another idea is I could have a second dedicated campaign farmer. Right now, Sun Wukong can also theoretically do this, but I think Kale might still be faster until Sun Wukong is booked. Once Sun Wukong is booked, he probably is going to be faster and it'll be easier to reach the thresholds. So a dedicated campaign farmer. Honestly, it'll probably be Sun Wukong. I think we could tweak his stats to get through campaign in maybe I'll say 13 seconds. He's not quite a 7-second farmer, not consistently. He can get it occasionally. Once Sun Wukong gets his masteries, we can get him to have a chance to lower a cooldown of each of his abilities every time he does more than, I think it's more than 30% against an opponent. You have a 30% chance of lowering a cooldown. Kale also has that mastery, by the way. Oh, my tea's getting kind of chilly, which is actually kind of a hint that we're approaching time here. So we're 40 minutes in. I'm making pretty good time today. I want to see if I can get everything done without having to do homework between videos. Because honestly, uh, part of the name of the game here is to save time on this game. I have been very naughty. I've been very naughty. And playing on this account a lot during the off time. And in the last couple of days, I didn't really have a lot to do. Um, I was home alone, so you know, what better way to spend? If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with, and I guess I'm with you guys, and I'm with this game, so that's what I've been doing. Um, how close are we? So we're at 16. It'll probably be 17, 18, 19, 20. Probably. I think we're going to get one level per run at this point, at this rate. So feel free to skip a little ahead if you want. Or feel free to hang back with me. Still here? It's good to see you. Hey, while we're here, tell me more about these plans to take over the world that you've got. I'm intrigued. If you were to take over the world, what would you use? Would you use a powerful AI? Would you use the power of friendship? Power of friendship sounds like a nice way. Hey, look at that. We got another Diabolist. I don't know if that exactly helps us at the moment because I think we already have a doubled Diabolist. No, we don't. We have literally nothing. So she's good. She's going to improve Diabolist's HP. So yeah, I believe in the power of friendship. Just talking about taking over the world with the power of friendship, and instantly, the sky opens up. Diabolist drops out. That's a good fortune. So thank you, RNGesus. So we'll run one more. We're still going to be at full energy, but we'll have uses for that energy. Maybe we could even do the Iron Twins, but you know what? I want to go after that damn Fire Knight. The damn Fire Knight who humiliated me yesterday in front of all of you. I can't believe that. And I can't blame the Fire Knight. This was my fault. My stupid fault for unequipping Armiger's boots and then forgetting about it. That is a common problem on all my accounts. And I notice other content creators, other players, they'll be like, "Oh man, how long has this guy been going without his boots?" And boots are like the worst thing to forget because, you know, the boots, that determines your speed. Without that speed, you're just nothing. You're just Nathan. So let's take this one, and I feel like maybe we should. No. For a second there, brain fart. I thought that was the rare. No, these are 2 stars, Gavin. We're gonna go to the faction guardians. Just before I forget, we want to make sure that we log the extra Diabolist. This is great. The goal is to get through them and get the extra 3 speed because, and I'm just going to do a little humble brag here because I'm so proud of this. Total stats on my Diabolist right now are 246. So getting an extra 3 speed, that'll bring her to 249, which is actually really annoying. That's like one off from having her at 250. And I think there's no way, well, it's not no way. I could obviously use a 2-star speed glyph. I'm not going to use it on this piece. I don't know, I could, but I'm not gonna. 249 is fine. And actually there are other ways of getting her speed up too. We can 6-star her, she'll gain 5 speed instantly by doing that as well. There's also the banner. The banner would be an extra 10 speed, come to think of it. So yeah, she's gonna get to like 260 speed just with that. She'd be at 263 if we can get the Guardian Ring and get her to 6 stars. She's probably not going to be the next 6-star, of course. Um, so let's look at the missions. What do we got? We got to ascend a champion to level 5 of Ascension. So we are very close now. We just need to take a food champion. Let's upgrade the level of one of the threes. I think it was going to be this guy, the jailer. I'm going to take one quick look at the jailer's skills. I just want to make sure. Damage increases if there are no active buffs. Who cares? 40% chance of stealing 2 random buffs from the target. Places an extra hit if a buff is stolen. Sometimes it's important to have this in the faction. Buff steal. Man. And I may have to choose somebody else. He also removes buffs with his A1. So I'm going to quickly look at who else can remove buffs. So we'll go with faction. Ogres. I don't really think I have a lot of ogres. He's like the only one here. So can anyone else remove buffs? Other effects. We'll call it a negative effect. I think it's a negative effect, removing a buff. Decrease buff duration? No. Remove buffs. Just him. Steal buffs. Just him. Then there are other things that you can use. So we could also look at debuffs. Let's say True Fear. That'd be a pretty gimpy one anyway. We got Provokes. Nope. We got Freeze. Nope. What about Stuns? Stun would be a really good one. But no, we don't have that. Sleep. I think we need to keep him, honestly. As much as I wanted to eat him and turn him into a it just for the sake of the factions, just when you run into those nasty paragons, Paragon in particular, but there are others that do it too. You'll have man eaters and stuff like that, and suddenly you just can't get through them. But this dude, I mean, if you ever pull this guy, you could do some crazy unkillable stuff by himself, basically, because he's got this on a 4-turn cooldown, books to a 2-turn cooldown, unkillable for 2 turns. It's the most obnoxious thing. You'll see this guy sometimes alone in arena. Yeah, you guys that put this guy by himself in the arena, you guys suck, you guys. So I mean, we do want to make progress though. This is the thing, but you know what? We could use anybody. I'm making this needlessly complicated. So for instance, we could grab a Death Knight. There's no reason to make this so complicated. We're gonna take 3 of these guys. We're gonna take a brew. We're gonna make him level 10. We are going to upgrade him. We are gonna put 5 more brews in him. We are going to upgrade him to 3. And we are running kind of low on stuff. So let's see. We now have 4 level 3 foods, I think. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, blues, yeah, force, close to the same. We technically have 1 more force. So let's grab force potions. I'll just go with max. That's 11. That really wipes out our bruise, but at least we can make the last 4-star piece. And now we can upgrade Tagore. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can 5-star Tagore. We get 100 extra points in that tournament that I said I'm totally ignoring, and I am ignoring it. I didn't even want to look. I don't care. I don't care what the rewards are. Tagore, I might even give him a brew or two just to give him a nice little boost at the start, and maybe even like just eat another champion to get to level 18. So we need to ascend him. We need to ascend a champion. Normally I'd like to do this during CVC, but I am impatient. So we got him to 3, we got him to 4. And I'm just going to hold off just one moment. Let's make sure I'm not screwing this up. Ascend a champion to 5 stars of ascension. Okay. So we're doing it. We're in it to win it. So we've completed the mission. Moving on. We get this, we get this. Now, the fun part. We get to go to the arena. So I have a very fast arena team. And by very fast, I don't know, everything's relative. So we're gonna look for teams that look like they're not too tough. This team looks like it's not too tough. We're using Sun Wukong, we're using War Maiden, we're using our super fast Diabolist. I mean, I had a variation where I had Apothecary as well, so I had a lot more speed control in case the first nuke didn't work. But Sun Wukong is a second nuker. Really, I want to get to the point where I can do a lot of damage with him too. Particularly if I can get him going maybe ahead of Kale. Maybe even ahead of War Maiden so he can do his block buffs. But that's probably not terribly important at this point. So let's see if we can just quickly hammer out all these opponents with a team like this. We're lightning fast. This is why I have my lightning fast Diabolist. This is what I love about Diabolist. And we sheeped him, so that's going to slow us down a little. But not by much. 13 seconds, that's still pretty good. And this is what you want to see in the arena. You just want to see it go by fast. This team has a Duchess. Wow. I think this is the first time I've seen Duchess at this level. Duchess actually reduces the damage done by area of effect attacks. So this could be awful. No, she's been sheeped. Let's try to get rid of him then. Sun Wukong's back up. Just focus on her. She's got to go down. She doesn't go down, they're going to get the whole party back up. We're going to be here all day. So get that Duchess, guys. There we go. Nice work, everybody. We killed our first Duchess. Go after this team. I'm confident we can take this team as well. So this team has a Vogoth in it. If I'm correct, this Vogoth is not in the final spot. So that's not the correct placement for Vogoth. You actually get more out of him if you put him right at the back of the party. But it looks like they put him in slot number 2. It's not like that's stated anywhere in the rules of Raid Shadow Legends, but that is like a finicky little thing that you'll notice when you play the game. Wow, this guy's a 3-star blessing. I wonder if we can take him. Here, let's go with this one first. Let's go with this one first. There are no 60s in it. If I see a team with those... sometimes you're in the arena, and you'll see enemy teams where they will bring like 4 legendaries, but they'll all be level 50. And I have to wonder, like, are they just building everybody together? Because building 50, 50, 50, 50... I see so many people build their accounts with tons and tons and tons of 50s, and then they don't have anything to get their 60s. It's just too hard to get there. And this illustrates the the delicate balance between getting yourself a proper team of 50s, but also the need to get everybody to 60. And there are a lot of pressures. I think end game players forget about this. And I think early game players are struggling too much to really see through this. Um, it's that you do need complete teams to be able to compete in a lot of things, but you also need sixes to complete a lot of things. So really, getting your first single six as quickly as possible, very important. Have we seriously not lost a fight yet? We're actually on a roll. This is pretty decent. I think we needed to defeat 50 opponents. I don't know how many that's been. Probably not 50. Missions, that's 28. Do we have enough tokens to really make that happen right now? Yeah, we got plenty. I mean, as long as we don't lose too much. I should probably grab this before it expires, eh? Got 1 day left for this. I'll try to remember to take it before we go. I might even be like farm. That'd be a good way to finish off the day. How are we doing on time? It's 56 minutes in. So I wanted to keep doing that, but I can get back to it. So what's next on the mission track? So we got to finish the arena missions, then I can upgrade the boots. You know what? I'm going to stick around to do the missions, so this might be a longer episode. I want to get to this at least because I want to see if we can complete this. Let's grab those. I want to see if we can complete this challenge, the artifacts, so that we can get on to the next sheet. 30,000 hit points, and you know what? We've got an even better chance of getting there because Tagore is now. Yeah, he's now this is about the same as his HP was. I didn't show his stats right before this, sadly. But he was at about 26,000 before. He only needs to get to 30,000. The boots would easily get him there, but now I'm looking. I could put an amulet on him, particularly if we got an HP beast. There's exactly one. It's got accuracy on it. That's not necessarily what we want, but let's see. Let's say we upgraded this to 8. I don't want to toss away too much on it. But a little bit of HP goes a long way. Let's just equip it. This gets him very close to the 30,000, and the bonus of all this is it's not like I'm building a silly unit I'm never going to use. This guy's going to be great. He's going to be absolutely great. I have no regrets bringing him to 5. So he might even be the next 6, given that there's nobody else that's even close. There's an awful lot of food to do. So probably what I'm going to do to farm food is I'm just going to farm either more Diabolists or I'll farm more Dark Elves. I'd love to get more Spirit Hosts, but you know what? It's just defense for Kale and then a little bit of extra speed. I don't think I care about that much. It's not super important. I'd like to get that when we can, but maybe I'll just farm this area. I think that does become the top priority at this point because we got the extra accuracy for Kale. So at this point, we just go with the extra speed that we can get from her, and that just happens organically. This is where I'd be farming anyway, just for XP. It's the best area. So I said that I wanted to redeem myself on Fire Knight. So we want to build Armiger. First of all, with speed boots, I think, yeah, we got these. I mean, these could just go on him. Go to the fitting room. Try these on. That's considerably faster. I can look at anything that's got crit rate on it, particularly from the speed set. It'd be nice if it had accuracy too. Is there anything like that? Not from speed. I would not mind having the accuracy boots, but they were the only set of speed accuracy boots I had. I had to give them to War Maiden. I'm using the word had to here. Maybe she didn't have to take them. I don't know. Um, but we've got some speed and crit rate off that. Honestly, there's not even a dip in accuracy. There was no accuracy on that piece. It's kind of a lame piece. And we're losing kind of a bonus from there, but even that's a dip of 40 accuracy, that's a dip of 40 accuracy. So these accuracy pieces don't even have accuracy on them. And I think we're getting more crit rate from this stuff. Like this would even put us over. I think I like that. Plus we get more speed. So I could put on this. I could put on this. So now speed is 160. Crit rate is 102. So maxed out crit rate. Accuracy is 117. I can live with that, honestly. This is a really good set. Equip it. Do it. I even want to give him a ring. So let's see. He's defense based. So defense is a good main stat. Defense percent is a good sub stat, and that really narrows it down to this one ring, which we can roll up. And you can see my 2.2 million silver has already depleted below 2 million. We got one roll in defense. We will take it. His stats are not stellar still, but he's a very low level champion for now. He isn't even exceeding 1,000 defense yet. So his damage is not really going to be there, but we're not using him for the damage. We're just going to use him for the turn meter control. This should help a lot more with Fire Knight. You can head back to the market. We actually have all of the ancient shards that are going to appear here, but I often like to come back and just look at anything that looks like it might have decent stats. Like we got this resistance thing, but there's no resistance on the substats, so screw it. This helmet has a little bit of speed on it. Nah. What about the gauntlets? Nah. All right. Okay. I want to do the Fire Knight Redemption. We've been talking about this for a while. I got a 5-star Tagore. Go to the dungeons. Oh, I want to do Iron Twins as well. Let's do Iron Twins. Let's see if we can get the first stage of Iron Twins. We'll use a team setup. We'll use my general dungeon team. For my general dungeon team, I'm thinking I might actually take out a tour then and put in Tagore. And you know what? Probably better put him in the lead just because he improves HP by enough that it's probably better this way. And we could leave in a tour with a shield set, but honestly, once that drops off in a longer fight, it's not really relevant anymore. It's probably best, like the best use for shield sets is when you're doing faction wars and other things where you've got some food champions that you're trying to keep alive. And that's a good way to do it. I really like Neldor's kit. I want to get him working in conjunction with another freeze champion. I apologize for repeating myself, but I get excited about these ideas. I think it could be a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the freeze team. If you're excited to see a freeze team, particularly on an early game account. Like it'd be nice to get some fun, but off meta mechanics going. Because I think the biggest meta for equipment is to get stun sets going, but even that is kind of awkward. It's rough. You don't have the best chance to stun unless you have a stun-specific champion. Wow, this guy's kicking our butt. This place is not exactly worth farming at this stage in the game. I mean, the rewards are so low anyway that it's hard to justify spending any time here against the Iron Twins. because I think the reward is something like 50 to 65 little silver coin things. And that's like a 20th of one soul. Anyway, we died, so we're going to have to redeem ourselves against this guy later. But for now, oh, and it's double day, so it's actually double what it usually is. So normally I guess it's 55 to 60 something. Now it's 110 to 125. Fire Knight? Let's do the Fire Knight Redemption. So I was just running Fire Knight 10, which we should have no problem doing. Now, so I got Tagore in the party for support. I got Armiger for the control. Kale just knocking down the waves like he doesn't care. And finally we got Neldor. He's not hard hitting yet. I haven't really built him for damage. I really just built him to be fast. I put him in relentless gear. I wanted him going as often as possible. Apothecary's also in relentless gear and going as often as possible. And I switched off his heal on this wave. So we should have no trouble getting through this. Although we didn't even make it through the shield this time. Can we do it this time? Kale prioritizes his A3. I think I told him not to use his AoE in this round. This Fire Knight is still very fast. And it takes 10 hits to take his shield down, too. So, maybe this is just not the team for Fire Knight. I don't know. We probably need to bring some heal reduction, come to think of it. See, this is where you really want Cold Heart. But we did get that 1 turn meter reduction off Armiger. You can see, like, he's starting to do his job. It's as long as he can manage to hit him before the Fire Knight gets his shield back up. Honestly, I think we got to get our Armiger above 200 speed. I think that would be the way to get it. Or to at least maybe 180 speed. So that while he's under increase, I think 170 speed would probably do it. But anyway, it looks like we're going to get it this time. This looks to me like a run where things definitely could go wrong. But I'd say that was a redemption. That was a win. But I'll keep tweaking that team. So let's go back to the arena. And we'll just refresh. Look for some easy fights. I think we can knock her over in like 2 seconds. Four seconds. Maybe just because of War Maiden's extra animation. This looks like maybe it's a trap. This could be a really strong Kale. Let's see. War Maiden failed to place it on him. Well, maybe it was a trap, but we are hitting very hard. Of course, I need to beat, what, like 50 opponents? So we probably got about 20 left. I think. So it would probably behoove us to attack full teams rather than solo champions that are alone. Let's try to get rid of miscreated monsters as quickly as possible. He can create a major nuisance when he starts to get those stuns off. I think we didn't make it. It took too long to get here. Goffred actually prevents the first death. This could be an extremely difficult team. And we're even out of tokens. Which sets of tokens did I want to use first? Because I think... Yeah, this one expires first. We may as well take the full one. So come back to the arena. We'll look at... I mean, this team... Could we beat this team? They got a high player power, but they don't have any 60s. So I feel like we should be able to knock them over. Let's favor Kale just because we definitely don't want him nuking us out. 4 seconds. Like to see that. Love to see it. This one, Goffred's going to prevent the first death. Whose death is he going to be preventing? Let's target him. All right. Let's get rid of Seer before she has an opportunity to use her nuke. Harrowing. Okay, that's not so bad. There weren't a lot of buffs for her to take to empower the nuke. So that's another 4 down. Do we want to try to take this team? Let's try it. It doesn't look like there's anything particularly dangerous on the team. This guy can be really tough. This guy can be very healy. He does have the HP burn, which makes Rathalos more dangerous. So that's actually a really good pairing. Artak with Rathalos, because Rathalos does get that bonus damage. We'll go after this team. They got a Soulbond Boyer. Really awesome champion. Would love to get us a copy of Soulbond Boyer. Maybe that's what I should ask RNGesus for. We've got a Deacon team. They got an Apothecary as well. So this team could be very fast if they wrestle speed control from us. And close. Very close. But no cigar. So how are we doing? Oh, we completed the mission. Awesome. Okay, so we're through that. Upgrade an artifact to level 16. Is the silver we have going to be enough? So let's get to Tagore. I'm going to do the boots. We can get these to 50% HP. That would be awesome. And we got really lucky. That was less silver than I thought it would be. So next we're just gonna have to get 5 or 6 star artifacts from Ice Golem. That that's kind of dull. We can do this. We'll get to that later. But the challenges, how are we doing on the challenges? We completed it. We got to 30k HP. So we did it. This is a good day, I think. I want to end on a positive note. So for now, I'm just going to say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for bearing with me on a somewhat longer episode. I'm just noticing that the notes disappeared too. That's funny. But I'll see y'all on the next video. Take care of yourselves.